it's actually at the stage where it is problematic if you are involved anything in the WNBA to not hate Caitlin Clark. They were like, in the NBA, if you were...
The Indiana Fever were practicing, joking, and feeling like sisters 1 minute, and then everything went apart. Suddenly, a startling statement was made. Caitlin Clark received a suspension. Before the league had a chance to respond, the peace was broken by 2 more names. Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull had had enough and were leaving the Fever behind, and rocking the league as a whole. The 3 left together, but no one anticipated the cause. Prepare yourself, hit like, and subscribe before we unravel this mess. This is the most intense emotional fever tale ever. It began on a calm morning in Indianapolis. Everything was altered by a single email. Caitlin Clark was suspended for 1 game. No information, no justification, no caution. Coaches froze. In startled stillness, the players gazed. Fans were lost. Sophie Cunningham, however, didn't think twice. "If she is gone, I am out," she shouted, slamming her locker. When Lexie heard her, she immediately agreed, stating, "I'm not staying either."
When you're next to Caitlin Clark, you get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to, and I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter. Sophie Cunningham is a prime example. Well, nobody really like. People say, "Oh, she's a beautiful blonde, blah blah blah." She looked the same way last year. Wasn't nobody really checking for her. You get her next to Caitlin Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America. Now she got Arby's deals. Now she's
These 3 had been tight since training camp, but tonight the entire world finally learned how deep their friendship genuinely extended. Noticed it and just started. Sophie defending Caitlin, Lexie packing snacks for flights, and Caitlin making jokes during warm-ups. During cruel actions. Quick golf outings, viral pictures, and late-night discussions about the overwhelming pressure and celebrity. They were an odd trio, but they grew utterly dependent on each other. They were far more than colleagues or teammates. They were related. Therefore, Caitlin's suspension did not feel like a punishment. It was like an assault. Panic broke out inside the Fever main office. If Caitlin is lost, the franchise will fail. Sophie and their leadership are lost. Disappears. Their team synergy suddenly disappears if Lexie walks. Not only was this triumvirate well-liked, they served as the team's identity. Coaches wanted answers, emergency meetings were convened, and phones rang non-stop.
And come into this game, and for her to do the same on your side.
Yeah, well, I remember last year when we were here, I was talking to Nelly about her shoes, because obviously, like, in the basketball world, like, you don't, like, you wear the team uniform, like, it's your shoes that are the cool thing. So I was, like, asking her about her shoes, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like these are kind of basic." And then it's been cool to kind of watch over the course of the last year. She got to put in a lot of time to create her own PE, and very unique to her and what she's passionate about in herself. And obviously somebody that's very, very deserving, and it's been at the top of the sport for a long time now. So I've played a few rounds with her even outside of here for some other stuff, and it's really fun to get to watch her do her thing up close. Like, talk about making it look easy. Like, it just is so easy for her, but at the same time, like, she's just a good person. Like, she's chill, she has fun with you out on the course. But yeah, her shoes are pretty cool. I'll make sure they get home safely, and I'm gonna be rocking them.
However, the 3 had already taken a decision that fans will never forget. Sophie packed her things in silence. Caitlin stood calmly, trying not to cry, while Lexie folded her hoodie. No yelling. Just heartbreak, no drama. "If they suspend you, they suspend us too," Sophie replied. "We won't let you walk alone," Lexie continued. "You don't have to do this," Caitlin said in an attempt to stop them. Sophie shook her head. "We've already made a decision." With a slight smile, Lexie answered, "We go together." Then there was complete turmoil when the silence broke. It spread like wildfire. Live commentators became terrified. Fans' questions about what was going on erupted on social media. Is the WNBA collapsing? This seemed surreal. The league rushed out emergency remarks, but none of them were effective. It was simply too big of a story. It was completely unprecedented for 3 players to quit for one another. However, a fresh door opened behind the scenes. Project B, a dominant league with no salary caps, no politics, and multimillion-dollar deals. And it's just basketball, no drama. IT spreads like wildfire. Point one offer was made by Project B. We combine all three. Sophie gave a gasp. Lexie froze. Together, yes, together, Caitlin muttered. For a group that refused to part ways, it was an alluring, risky decision. Outside Gamebridge Fieldhouse, irate supporters staged protests calling for their return. They realized this was far more than a crisis at the front office. The whole franchise was crumbling. Emotionally. Keep in mind that the club loses these key guys for no reason at all, no assets, no trades. They simply vanished. We didn't receive anything for Temi, did we? No, precisely. Oh, let's examine my list. Assembled. You have to start by building around the general, Caitlin Clark. She averaged 16.5 last year. Points with 8.8 assists per game over a 13-game period. 1.6 steals and 5 rebounds per game. She is the franchise. The captain and the unchallenged leader. She is this solar system's sun and soul. Everything needs to be constructed and created with her in mind. Oh, get the most out of this season. Unlike last, the appropriate elements must be put in place. Of Caitlin Clark's skills. Thus, when free agency begins, 36, 37, 35, and 34 are not signed by you. You don't. The three sat side by side in a small back room, their hearts heavy and their eyes red as they held hands. I don't want to go, Caitlin said. But if they treat us like way, we can't remain, Lexie retorted. After Sophie inhaled deeply, we both stood. One voice, one decision, a pause, then 3 nods. Sophie was on the left as they marched through the tunnel. Caitlin is in the middle, with Lexie on the right. Reporters raced in, fans yelled, and cameras flashed non-stop. However, the three never paused, never turned around, and never hesitated. They moved on into an unfamiliar future, but they tackled it together. The WNBA was left in complete disarray after 3 stars, 1 bond, and 1 exit.
With my coach, and I literally had no words, but after soaking in, I really appreciated the opportunity that Caitlin and Annika have really given me in Gamebridge. But even now, like, I still need to relish this, and I think I need to soak it in. So if you can ask me 3 days later, maybe I'll tell you.
Tom?
Hey, Caitlin, Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. You appeared as though on your tee shot at 10 was kind of a relief after a couple of